Okay, here's the cool part about the grifties is that you know how I explained that there's the Grammys and the Oscars, and that's on the silver screen. That's not real, but then real life, if you have if you have an aspect of acting and Hollywood leaching into society, where society is real, right? But this shit is sort of forged upon us in a narrative to drum up plausible deniability for a facet of an of aristocracy that's becoming estranged and becoming at odds and in schism with the autocracy, just their parents, right? And I'm not saying that Joe Biden's right and Hunter Biden's wrong, but they're both, sloppy in everything, you know what I mean. But it's almost like that's just the example. Is Biden would represent the autocracy, even though he's not, like, I don't know, he's not even there. But so let me go back to the grifties, because it's like acting. And remember how actors, can represent the enemy of the state at times, right? John Wilkes Booth. Well, there's things that a lot of people aren't aware of, like the Finders cult. And I can't get into all that right now. But NGOs, addressing a severe issue or something, a crisis in society, and it's because of that crisis that they can even set up the grifties, which is the coldest thing about it, right? Because do you have a problem with facts? Do you have a problem with addressing issues? I'm talking about silence is violence, or I could say like we're the voice for the silent. If silence is violence, then why are you being the voice for the silent? And I'm not going to be like, oh, you don't care or anything, because they want you to say that. Don't. Look at this. Do you think there's not a precedent or for a facet of the aristocracy to favor? Because it's like transference. They're estranged, but if they can make you estranged, then your actions will reverse the modality and shift the modality into their control. That's all it is about, is capturing the push of the modality. That's what gratifies the aristocracy. That's what they are. And if they schism, then when something happens like this thing in the border where they have an NGO church, Universal Unitarian Humanist or whatever, that are asking for $300 from illegal migrants and walking around with guns with people with the cartel, putting guns in people's faces, kidnapping Nicaraguan women, and shitting on the sovereignty of the United States. Nobody gives a fuck. It's because you're not looking at the right shit, I guess. And I can't expect more people to look at that, because it's just weird that that Big Jook got a letter from the Bidens. It's just like, look these actors, they like to play a role inside of shit that is like, Frank Sinatra isn't a wise guy, you know what I mean? He is like the musical aspect, but he is like a boss, you know what I mean? But the other boss is deals with the street and all that shit. So you think that their actions are correlated sometimes like that, but they're not so much. And so the like the lawyers can be all in the gangs. The basketball and the NBA and the teams can be all in the gangs, and the lawyers can be gang lawyers, and the district attorney can be a gang district attorney, and that's not weird. That is not weird at all. Most recently, there's like an attorney that got arrested. It was in 2 different gangs at the same, or I mean, she was one. She's known as the YSL attorney, but they're shifting focus away from. She's was it something 4L something gang attorney? So she's a different gang. But I mean, because they don't want you to look at the shit to be able to figure out whether it's a conflict of interest, and then tinkering with it down at this level, and you look over there and it's like the fucking it's Camelot and the aristocracy. What the fuck are they doing in their fucking funeral and shit? What the fuck? They got snipers on the roof. Who the fuck is Big Jig? Did he make the move? Is he Kaiser Soze? They don't make sense. That shit is the Screen Actors Guild. That shit is what's it called? The Grifties, and they want to stop the bullying. You know what I mean? But if you can't see who's really bullying anybody, like who's gonna hunt the bully hunter? Who's gonna keep the bully hunter in check? See, nobody could possibly give a fuck about bullying, because who's going to keep the bully hunter's bully breaker in check? You? You see, they want you to volunteer. That's a good one. That's on a good one.